Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day. Before we begin the video, please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. Seth Rollins was supposedly injured during his match against Cody Rhodes at WWE Crown Jewel PLE. The Visionary had seemingly suffered a shoulder injury during the bout and was seen with an arm sling before the start of Monday Night Raw in Australia. This is considered to be the reason why the betrayal storyline came into play on Raw, and Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed turned on the Visionary during the closing moments of the show. This also signals Rollins' exit from the Vision, and soon he could be taken off TV after dropping the title. On this note, we list out 4 things WWE could change due to Seth Rollins' injury. The most viable option for WWE could be getting CM Punk and Seth Rollins to square off in a title match at Saturday night's main event next month, and get Punk to dethrone Rollins as the champion. The straight-edge superstar won the No 1 Contenders match on Raw last night. He is eligible to challenge the Visionary for a rematch. This bout is scheduled to take place at SNE on November 1, 2025 in Salt Lake City. Since Rollins is injured, this match can be wrapped up soon and CM Punk can win the World Heavyweight title once again. Another change WWE could make following Seth Rollins' injury is to appoint a new leader for the Vision. Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker are relatively inexperienced on the main roster, and they would need someone to guide them on the show. Paul Heyman can be tasked with recruiting a new leader for the Vision, which would give a new direction to the heel group. WWE could bring one of Paul Heyman's former clients, Brock Lesnar, as the new leader of the Vision. Getting the Beast on board as the new leader of the faction would make sense, as Lesnar did have an interaction with Heyman a few weeks back. Just a night before WrestlePalooza, Brock Lesnar came across Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed on Raw, and told Heyman that they needed to talk. WWE could use that segment and get Paul Heyman to announce Brock Lesnar as the new leader of the Vision. The Beast incarnate would indeed be a perfect replacement for Seth Rollins as the heel leader of the Vision. WWE could also get CM Punk to turn heel and then join Paul Heyman and the Bronze as the new leader of the faction. That could also be one of the biggest shockers in the company this year. Punk hasn't been a heel for the past decade. Although there have been discussions over his heel turn, the creative team hasn't pulled the trigger on this idea. However, with Seth Rollins injured and the Vision needing a new leader, CM Punk could be made to join the Bronze and steer the group to new heights. Paul Heyman and CM Punk have worked together before, and this reunion could also be fruitful. The ball is now in Triple H's court, and it remains to be seen how he handles Rollins' injury and subsequently, the future of the Vision on Raw. Mohammed Bilal is a trends writer for Sportskeeda Wrestling. He worked for Eat Energy World, India Today, and Pinkfilla before joining Sportskeeda to pursue his passion for pro wrestling. He completed his diploma in English journalism from the Indian Institute of Mass Communication, New Delhi. He strives to report accurate and relevant information by cross-checking facts or rumors multiple times on various platforms and sites. Bilal has been a pro wrestling fan since childhood, with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson being his favorite wrestler. One of his first memories is of the Final Boss confronting Hulk Hogan in 2002, which got him hooked to pro wrestling. Bilal is amazed by The Rock's unmatched dedication to everything he does. However, if he ever got a chance to go back to the Attitude Era and manage someone, it would be Goldberg. When not watching or writing about pro wrestling, Bilal loves to read books on politics and international relations, and sometimes crime thrillers. Seth Rollins' injury has once again sent shockwaves through WWE, creating uncertainty around the Red brand's direction and forcing management to potentially rethink major plans heading into WrestleMania season. As one of the most important figures in WWE's modern era, Rollins has been the heartbeat of Monday Night Raw, carrying the brand through injuries, departures, and creative shifts. His status as World Heavyweight Champion and as the company's workhorse has made him indispensable, but his latest injury may prompt WWE to make significant changes both creatively and structurally. Reports indicate that Rollins has been dealing with lingering physical issues for months, pushing through pain to deliver top-level matches. His dedication to performing despite his condition has drawn praise from fans and fellow wrestlers alike, but WWE now faces the challenge of protecting one of its most valuable assets while ensuring the product remains exciting. This development could alter several major storylines, long-term plans, and even championship scenarios in the coming months. The first thing WWE could change due to Seth Rollins' injury is the direction of the World Heavyweight Championship picture. Rollins has been the face of the title since its reintroduction, carrying it with pride and legitimacy. But if his injury forces him to take time off, WWE may have no choice but to crown a new champion. This could come through a tournament, a cash-in scenario, or a shocking interim title angle. Superstars like Drew McIntyre, Gunther, Finn Balor, or even Damian Priest could be positioned as potential successors. Triple H has always emphasized making the championship feel prestigious, so any decision involving Rollins' absence would need to be handled carefully. WWE could choose to write Rollins out with a dramatic storyline injury, allowing his eventual return to feel monumental. Alternatively, they might explore a dual champion angle, where another star holds the title temporarily until Rollins can return for a unification bout. The timing of this injury complicates things, especially with WrestleMania 42 on the horizon. But WWE has a chance to turn adversity into opportunity by using this setback to create a fresh narrative around the title. The second potential change involves Rollins' ongoing storyline with major rivals like Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, and Drew McIntyre. WWE had been building subtle tension between these figures, teasing possible clashes that could headline future pay-per-views. Rollins' injury could either delay or completely alter those plans. For instance, the highly anticipated Seth Rollins vs CM Punk rivalry, something fans have been waiting years to see, may need to be postponed. Instead, WWE might pivot toward establishing Cody Rhodes or Punk as temporary central figures on Raw, filling the leadership vacuum left by Rollins. This could even spark a storyline where other superstars compete for the role of locker room leader, mirroring real-life sentiments about Rollins' influence behind the scenes. If WWE plays its cards right, this injury could become part of an overarching narrative that redefines power dynamics within the brand. Rollins' absence could also open the door for underutilized stars to step up, creating fresh main event contenders and diversifying the top of the card. The third thing WWE might adjust is the creative direction of the Judgment Day and their interactions with Rollins. For months, the Judgment Day has been the most dominant faction on Raw, frequently crossing paths with Rollins in both competition and storylines. If he's sidelined, WWE may shift focus onto this group as the central storyline drivers for the Red brand. Damian Priest's Money in the Bank briefcase immediately becomes a major factor in this situation. If Rollins' injury worsens or if WWE needs to remove the title from him without hurting his credibility, Priest could cash in successfully, giving the Judgment Day more power and allowing the faction to control Raw completely. This would also free Rollins from having to drop the title cleanly while setting up a massive redemption arc upon his return. WWE loves redemption stories, and having Rollins fight his way back to reclaim what he lost could make for compelling television later in 2025. Moreover, this scenario allows Priest, Rhea Ripley, and Finn Balor to dominate the spotlight, keeping Raw strong even without Rollins' weekly presence. The fourth and perhaps most strategic change WWE could implement is altering its long-term booking for WrestleMania 42. Rollins has been central to multiple rumored matches for the event, including potential bouts against CM Punk or Cody Rhodes. An injury could cause WWE to reshuffle its marquee matchups, with new rivalries forming in his absence. If Rollins is unable to compete, WWE could opt to push Punk into the world title picture earlier than planned.